Hi guys, here's an interesting thought, or more likely a possible truth, and bear with me on this as this sounds really out there, even provoking conspiracy based ideas and words, but please hear me out. Now, if you want to dictate a country, no matter whether it is the UK, France, Germany, or any other country in Europe, or indeed the Western world, how would you go about it? To me, it's like a game of chess, a strategic game of putting your pieces into place slowly but surely, and then bringing the end game whilst people are stunned on how stupid, blind, and deaf they have been, and it is then either nearly too late or is too late for anything to be done. I'm not being nasty, personal, or offensive to anyone, so don't take it that way, please. But you will realise what I am going to say could well be the case, as all the clues, signs, are there hiding in plain sight. Some of it is so blatant that until you open your eyes and ears and indeed your mind and look at things in more than two ways, you truly won't see it. Now, the conclusion to this is a frightening story and indeed one that I could see happening. Let's start by putting your pieces into play. Divide and conquer tactics, whether it be religion, race, colour of skin, gender division, causing segregation in one way or the other, or just spouting propaganda on mainstream news, playing games with people to cause hatred, violence, and even worse. There are others, so just take a step back and look. I shall keep to the point and split the pieces as simply as I can. 1. Illegal immigration, or so-called illegal immigration, as that is what mainstream news are telling us. Now that subject I shall come back to at the end. ULEZ, ultra low emission zones, pay per mile, not allowed to drive out of a 15-mile radius without being charged unless you are within your 100-day allowance. The latter two are slowly coming into play. You have been warned. Democracy being touted, even though it clearly isn't. Again, look at the bigger picture. One comes to mind, and that is the recent London mayoralship. Smoke alarms going off, all of a sudden, CCTV doesn't work, but security was allowed to stay there. If this isn't a possible fix to keep a certain person in position, what is? 4. Two-tier policing. Look again at London for a prime example. 5. Injustice and provocation by the establishment to the nationals. 6. Bringing in tourist taxes. 7. New laws coming in that none of the general public are being told about. I know this has always sort of happened, but now they are coming in at an alarming rate. 8. CBDCs, digital banking for complete control. Digital pound, or whatever the currency of your country is, which you have no say on anything if they decide to take the money out of your account, for whatever reason they come up with, and not to mention what you can and you can't buy. And indeed many, many more. Are you seeing a bit of a picture developing here? Now, back to the illegal immigration, or so-called illegal immigration. Now, if you are bringing in 75% plus male migrants in from a so-called war-torn countries, shouldn't that make you stop and think? Why aren't the women and children coming in? Surely they are the ones more at risk of danger. Now, here is a possible reason as to why it is 75% plus male. I shall draw you a quick picture. Let's go back a few hundred years to, let's say, the medieval days, and you want to win a war, but you can't trust your own soldiers. What do? Well, you bring in outsiders, mercenaries that will do anything for money and their cultist ways. They will do the fighting for you without any thought to the nationals of that particular country. They will rape, pillage, plunder and kill, and let's face it, that is what they like to do. The establishment government will use their beliefs as it is probably stronger than a country that is diverse in so many ways, including cultures. Now, bringing it back to modern day society, bring in emigration with a vastly huge male population and all of the same religion. Start spreading them slowly around the country under the banner of war-torn refugees. Let them get jobs in security, police, and indeed the military, and bang, you have a fighting force, an army, a militia to dictate to the nationals of that country, which have the legal protection of the government, so they can do what they want to do in order to quash anything like religion, genderism, race, and any other opposing forces that get in their way of hidden agendas and ideals. Now, the government, with their illegal immigration fighting militia force, or mercenaries, don't have to worry about who they shoot, kill, etc. Let's face it, they would have with the National Army and police, as it would go against their morals, their beliefs, and their ideas of rights and freedoms. So there you have it, a slave militia, military force to do their bidding. But what the immigrants don't realise, as it has happened in medieval times, is that they are cannon fodder for the war and for the government, elite and establishment. Easy to control by using their cult religion. The government, etc. don't care about these migrants at the end of the day. They are a means to an end, to complete control and checkmate to get their results. So just to finalise, remember, the government are only the puppets. Certain groups and establishments pull their strings.